Hey, everybody. Welcome to another inaugural Fanboy Planet live stream. I say another because I did test this over the weekend and I have no idea if it worked well. But anyway, Rick and I recorded a podcast last night and it went live today, and already some news has changed since. That's not the purpose of these unless people want them, and then maybe we'll have like nightly updates. I don't know. Like, the world is crazy. So I wanted to talk about a movie that I have loved for a long, long time, and I was thinking for months that I wanted to write something. And after guesting on Dan Shaheen's Comic Book News, I thought that it would be great to experiment with this and just write up a little essay and try. And yes, somebody is watching. That is wonderful. So I'm going to talk about the Rocketeer. He doesn't want to be a hero. Sometimes it takes him a while to do the right thing. But when his friends are in danger, Cliff's the cord, straps on the rocket pack, and flies to save them. In an era when Marvel has upped the ante on superhero movies, maybe it's time to turn back to this Disney classic, because I call it a classic, and get back to the basics of telling stories about basically decent people becoming extraordinary and then just going back to their lives. It's just does not feel like a coincidence that director Joe Johnston was also the guy that launched the film arc of Captain America. That's the Avenger who would have been a hero even without the super soldier formula. A Nazi spy ring notwithstanding, sorry, that was not Nazi spy ring, not Nazi aspiring. That got too close to the real world right now. The stakes of the Rocketeer stay small. I love this movie, and I'm really glad that it showed up on Disney Plus, because honestly, I had misplaced my Blu-ray. For years, I wish that Disney had done well enough to do with it to do a sequel. But after watching again recently, it's clear that Johnston designed it strictly as a standalone movie, which is so bizarre by today's Hollywood standards. It's just anti-Hollywood almost, because it's not a franchise. Maybe they could have come up with a reason for Cliff to don the rocket pack again, but it wraps up neatly. And I hope that's not a spoiler. There's the possibility they could build another one, but it's not there. Cliff did the right thing. He saves the girl, and maybe only incidentally saves the world. But really, it was about his friends. They're safe, and the story is over. Now, Disney Junior has started an animated series of The Rocketeer that I have not had a chance to watch yet. It acknowledges the movie, but for all intents and purposes, they're really separate, because if I'm right, the animated series takes place in modern day. And anyway, but Billy Campbell, who played Cliff in the movie, is the voice of the new Rocketeer's father. So I think that's a really cool connection, though I think he's got a different character name. Anyway, if you want something that reminds you that ordinary people can be heroes and that the choice between good and evil is pretty clear, The Rocketeer is the movie to watch or rewatch. It's fun, it's good, and it's comforting. And right now, that's a good feeling to have. So, hey, thank you for tuning into this. And I at least managed to get a couple of comments across. So maybe I'll get the hang of this. And I know it's kind of primitive, because it's like we're all, we have time on our hands at night to play around with different tools and so forth, but everything that would make this a little bit better is on hold, or rather on order, and I don't know if I'll get it till the end of April. But anyway, thank you for putting up with that. And so, in the meantime, use your powers for good. I'll talk to you later.